What's up, ladies and gentlemen? My name's Seth, and today we're going to be doing a quick reaction video to what is this called? Hytale. That's right. So this game looks absolutely amazing. You can sign up for the beta. I'll put a link in the description for it. Hopefully we end up getting accepted into it, because man alive, I want to play this. It's Hypixel Studios. So Hypixel, if you guys don't know, they have their own Minecraft servers. They ended up making some absolutely spectacular dungeon maps and stuff like that. This is a completely new game that they're making, which is basically a Minecraft clone, but in the best way possible, because seriously, I'm a big fan of Minecraft, okay? I really am. But I feel like the game is completely dated. That's why I rarely end up actually playing it on the channel unless I'm playing like on heavily modded servers or something of the like. But this looks absolutely amazing. Immediately, I love the art style. It's absolutely beautiful. Let's just watch through it first, and then we'll kind of do a little bit of a play-by-play over analysis of all of the stuff in it. Absolutely beautiful graphics, like seriously. I know that it's very simple, but I love the simplistic graphics. Most of all, the animations are what really draws me in to all of the characters and stuff like that. And there's just so much going on with this. Even that walking animation and the lighting and everything like that. It's like, it's just normal Minecraft, but it's got lighting to it. It's got the biomes actually looking insane. Also, this is a proper random generated dungeon. The combat seems a lot more fluent than Minecraft, which again, this is my biggest argument of what I wish Minecraft would end up doing. So for me, I don't really care. Oh my gosh, look at that. That's amazing. I don't really care about like building and stuff like that and crafting and stuff in Minecraft. I love exploration. And when we see this underwater stuff, this most of all reminds me of like Ark. You know, like just going out, doing dungeons, actually like getting gear and trying to get yourself a little bit more powerful, fighting boss mobs and junk like that. Like, oh my gosh, I'm so down for this. The most recent game that Minecraft ended up announcing, which looked really cool, was Minecraft Dungeons. Forget Minecraft Dungeons. Forget Pixark as well, because that just got thrown to the wayside because the devs were idiots. These guys, I trust. Not only that, but you see Minigames as well, which they do Minigames extremely well. Really looking forward to it. Powerful tools. These guys are very smart and know that the modding community is where it's at in a video game. Like 100%, you look at Minecraft, and the reason why it's still successful even today, it's because of the modding community. It's because so many people can end up doing all the stuff that they end up doing with it, right? So having modding tools involved within the game itself is absolutely spectacular. And you saw that there was quite a few things, like there was quite a bit of things that you could end up changing with it. Not only camera angles for cinematics and the cutscenes and stuff like that, but changing the gameplay completely into more of a third-person top-down shooter. So let's actually kind of do the play-by-play over analysis of this, right? Because this is just, I'll put a link in the description so you can watch the trailer yourselves, guys. It's absolutely amazing. I'm guessing that most of this stuff is like scripted and using their own in-game tools to get those good camera angles, have the NPCs animate and doing these various objects, various objectives. Who knows whether or not we're going to end up seeing this stuff actually in the game. But immediately right here, I love the hay. I love the way that the trees look. I love the fact that the bushes themselves look very well, good as well. It's kind of like a, it's like, this would be my favorite texture pack on Minecraft if it was a thing. But more importantly than Minecraft, you see we actually have like proper sloped blocks and just a little bit more 3D and depth to not only the characters, but the world and everything like that. We see there's chickens involved as well. Obviously, they have to have those suckers in the game. And I'm hoping that that's a dog that we can have on our adventures. And I love the axe cutting right there already, just a generic lumberjack character. The ore itself was very distinct, and even right here we get to see the interior, and I love the little fire pit. Also the swords on the wall. You can clearly really customize your house, which another thing too that they even mentioned on their website is that there is like hundreds if not thousands of cosmetic items. So I'm hoping that they go the route of either making this game $20 and then you get involved with it, or just going the route of honestly making it a free-to-play game that you can end up spending money on for, you know, either boosts or just cosmetic items and stuff like that. But apparently another thing too, which I think is absolutely awesome, is that the worlds themselves, there's going to be servers that are official servers. So if you join one of those, obviously it's going to have a limited amount of player space, but you'll be able to play it based on the game's rules with other players, or you can create your own. This I immediately like because this is extremely atmospheric, and if you didn't notice, is within a cave itself. You can actually see the, you know, all of the, what are those, stalactites, stalagmites? I always mix them up. But you see all the rocks on the surface, meaning that this is like some type of an inner cave swamp biome, which looks beautiful. The lighting already looks great. Anything that's got to do with, you know, having the lighting being a little bit better than using shaders in Minecraft, right? And we also saw a little bit earlier that nighttime is not completely disgusting and super duper dark. We see another little tribal village generate here. We see that there is actually polar bears. Get wrecked Minecraft. You put those things out like 50 years later, and this game's already just gonna have it right away, as well as a nice little log cabin in the back. And look at those mountains that generated in the background. Doesn't that look good, dude? Like, seriously, I love it. And this is breathtaking. Like, this actually looks like a proper desert biome, not like what we see in Minecraft, which I'm not trying to hate on Minecraft by any means. I love the game, but again, I wanted to see something new, and this, I feel, is going to scratch that itch very, very well. We see all sorts of crazy creatures in this section right here. Character actually using a bow and being an archer, kind of sneaking around. Obviously, this is going to be cutscene heavy, so I don't know whether or not sneaking is actually a thing. But they also mentioned on their website that there is going to end up being handmade dungeons that will end up generating out in the world. And, I mean, this is Hypixel we're talking about here. They know how to make dungeons, so the fact is, we're going to end up seeing these fully fleshed out, well-developed dungeons generating out in a random generated world. I'm totally down for that, instead of Minecraft's, you know, desert temples where there's absolutely nothing going on. Not to mention, I could totally see, like, look at the amount of enemies here. Like, that would be really freaky. And I love, like, just immediately, like, the atmosphere of this game is insane. Like, I love the armor and the look of even this ogre character looks great. The combat is a little bit more responsive than Minecraft, where we get to see you actually dodge, and it's a little bit more fast-paced, so I'm totally into it. We get to see here just these beautiful trees, not only getting torn down so that they can end up building this beautiful little village with some nice archery down here, you know, some vanity plants thrown out, and then the trees themselves, and just a very nice build overall. And then a balloon in the background. I like that because that means that there's actual flying mounts. And then look at this. Mounts confirmed for the game. Not only that, but it's a random ram, which is beautiful. And this guy seems not only fully decked out in like proper endgame armor. Look at that sword. That is going to be my goal when this game comes out. I want that weapon. Like, that looks beautiful. It might just be a simple flame sword that you use in an ice biome on ice enemies. I love how this guy picks this up. You can see he didn't actually pick it up out of, you know, it's just kind of he picked it up out of thin air. He didn't actually terraform the terrain or anything, but we see on the right that there's going to end up being kind of this little cave. So maybe that's what this dude is protecting. Maybe there's some loot behind him or something. Tropical islands, because of course you're going to be able to sail out into the wilderness, into the ocean and stuff like that. Fishing is confirmed for the game, boats and stuff like that. Not to mention, these guys are hanging out by some beautiful treasure, so there is the possibility that you will end up actually digging out treasure and doing lots of other random cool events. And I love that they actually have proper fleshed out underwater. And I mean, look at the nice details that we got on the top, you know, of all the blocks and everything like that. Not to mention all the creatures and the fauna and everything. A sunken ship, which is actually protected, if you haven't noticed, by some sharks, which I'm actually terrified of that, because seriously, mine carts, which actually look really, really cool. The reason I'm super duper hyped about this, guys, is because it's been my dream to have a game that was like Terraria, but an actual first person or third person game. That's kind of what I would imagine Terraria 2 would end up being like. And seeing something like this right here, more so than Minecraft, this actually reminds me of the minecarts in Terraria and being kind of at the bottom of the world. So we actually see that he's got a light on his helmet as well, which we ended up seeing something similar in Pixark, which, I mean, even though I enjoyed that game while it lasted, we will never talk about that game again. There's bats also confirmed in the background, and underground temples. Really, really down for that. I wonder whether or not there would end up being bosses and stuff. I mean, it seems like there's a bazillion goblins. Not to mention we see very clearly dual wielding with a lot of the characters, you know, using a shield, using a torch and a sword and stuff like that. And these guys look crazy. It looks like this enemy right here clearly is a kamikaze. He's going to end up self-destructing on you, probably causing a lot of damage. A volcanic biome, which looks absolutely menacing with that creature. I wonder whether or not we can tame it. I don't know if taming is going to end up being a thing in this game, but I would really hope that it is. A spider's lair, probably terrifying. Hopefully they don't end up carrying over the poisonous spiders from Minecraft into this game. Please don't do that. This guy I love. This is probably one of my favorite like characters in this trailer, just because it reminds me of the game Rune that I ended up playing a million years ago. It was a game from my childhood and ended up kind of having these barbaric dudes. I don't know whether or not he's got armor as a drop or a weapon. Maybe he's just a normal heavy enemy. Who knows? But it looks absolutely beautiful. We see that magic is confirmed for the game. There are going to end up being different classes. The game did mention that. And more importantly than just having the trinity or the four of, you know, an archer, a mage, a warrior, possibly a priest, more so than that, we actually see that right here, this guy is actually using not only a two-handed weapon, but a mace that is going to end up actually operating very differently than the sword and shield combo that we saw earlier. So that gets me really excited, because that tells me that even if you end up picking a warrior, you're not all going to end up being the same character. You're still going to have the choice of, you know, having the weapons that you want. And I love two-handed weapons, dude. I hope that a two-handed weapon is not just limited to blunt weapons. I want to be able to use a two-handed sword, because that's like my favorite. And we also get to see that there is in fact a gigantic, beautiful loot chest at the end of the dungeon to reward the players. So I'm really excited about that. So here's the community server. So this would end up being a big hub area where you get to all hang out and everything, hop into the portal, and very similar to the Hypixel maps. I love the third person that we end up seeing on that era character. I really hope I get into the beta, dude. Like, seriously, I want to play this game. The mini games themselves, I mean, obviously that's going to be really hype. This looks like a very similar game that we've seen with Minecraft, where it's kind of like a PvP, but across like all of these different platforms. So maybe it's got to do with kind of a capture the flag. Maybe it's a free-for-all. Honestly, who knows? We get to see right then and there. That's very important. I want to try and get this on camera right here. Not only the crossbows as well, which, you know, variants of using a bow or using a crossbow, but right here, what is that, guys? That is Hunger Games. Ooh, now, I can't stand Fortnite for the life of me. I like doing 50v50 in it, honestly, but I love me some Hunger Games in Minecraft. I mean, that's where it all ended up starting, right? Even with PUBG, it ended up just copying that, and that was just copied from Minecraft Hunger Games, which was just copying Hunger Games. I'm so down for that, and it's going to end up being predefined maps rather than just random generated stuff. This just looks like it's either guild versus guild, or just like a full-on 100-man PvP or something. And now here's the modding. This is why I was mentioning earlier, the fact that they could actually turn this game into a top-down shooter game where they're actually fighting like a bunch of enemies and stuff like that. The fact that the modding tools go that far already says this game is going to be big, and it's going to end up going and reaching a lot of places. I really, fingers crossed, hope that not only this game comes out on PC, but it better come out on consoles as well. And if it has the modding tools, that would be beautiful. So you can see right here, they're trying to show that you can end up creating the creature, and this is creating his animation loop for him to run. I don't know anything about that, but whatever. Epic Adventures. This has got to do with them mentioning a little bit of quest lines on their website. So I don't know whether or not this dude is going to end up being a quest character. Maybe you defeat him and get the sword out of him or something cool. I don't know. Yeah, okay, defeat the golem. So it says right there, this is actually a full-on proper map. So you get to see that there is story dungeons, which obviously is going to be related to the questing. And there's going to be world dungeons. That's just going to be random ones. Temple of Gaia. I don't know what that is. I guess that's just a town. There's going to be world gates. I'm guessing for fast travel. Maybe the world itself is infinite in its generation. Who knows? But there's also going to be a spawn, points of interest, the player, your friends, waypoints as well. So think of Skyrim, but Minecraft combined. Like, I am so excited for this game, dude. Like, you have no idea. It's absolutely insane. So we get to see for the quest line as well, that you can select the location. You can also share the location. So I guess you would be able to do that with, maybe you'd be able to play with random people in the server itself, or maybe you can, maybe this is more of an instance that you would end up doing more specifically just with your friends. I don't know. But you can see we get to zoom in, zoom out, map markers, remove markers. You can place a couple markers and stuff, and then all the points of interest are around, as well as other little icons trying to show which parts have been done. Here's the customization, so be yourself. I don't know whether or not, like, this is just the character creator, so I don't know if they're going the route of having like a cash shop relation to this, but you can see there's absolutely insane customization. Not only that, but even in that last frame right there was actually a frog mask on the character. Watch videos together, which I think is great. You know, maybe I'll be a little bit self-absorbed and kind of end up watching some videos with you guys, you know, watching my own videos or stuff like that. Like, I just think that it could end up being really cool if you can end up doing something like this with a group of people. It's really, really cool. Now, painting the world, this I think is great, because one of the things that I feel Minecraft is lacking is the vanilla game itself has garbles building, dude. So the fact that we have something like this, which was quite simply put, world edit, but in the vanilla game, makes me excited for building, because otherwise placing blocks one at a time, how many games are gonna do that, man? So it's nice that we finally actually get some proper tools. So make movies, this is actually really interesting, because we get to see that the top right is the actual camera itself, and the camera is on this character right in the middle that is in the minecart. So they're actually recording all these explosions going around with that character. There's also going to be live scripting, so you can see right here that they're actually scripting this creature to transform into a pig in-game. Not like some editor outside of the game, in-game, which means that if this game does end up coming on console, all of the modding will be accessible for console players. We also get to see here that those of you that are mages out there, you're not just bound to one element, because that's an ice staff if I've ever seen it. I love these enemies spawning out of nowhere. I saw that ice magic. It looked absolutely beautiful. And then we get to see a gigantic, beautiful dragon. The end. You seriously got to get this game. I don't care. It's beautiful. I want it. Give it to me now. Thanks for watching, everybody. I thought that this was worth bringing to your attention, because, oh my goodness gracious, this is probably one of the most hyped games. I'm seriously hyped about this. I was hyped about Pixark when it was coming out. Unfortunately, I didn't know the pedigree of the company, where they just were putting out the game as a cash grab. As opposed to these guys, you can tell that this is a game from their hearts. It's a passion project from these guys that I'm super duper pumped about. And it seems like already they're going in the right direction by having the modding included. And then also, I mean, it's Hypixel, so they do great things for Minecraft. I'm expecting them to do even better with their own game. Thanks for watching, everybody. I'll put links in the description to everything so you can check it out for yourself. Sign up for the beta. Hopefully you get accepted. If you do, let me know in the comments. That would be very interesting and very cool. I don't know whether or not they're going to have a beta anytime soon, because honestly speaking, this was only announced like this month, so it's probably got a long way to go before it ends up getting finished. But honestly speaking, it looked pretty done to me, right? Thanks for watching, though. Don't forget to like, sub, hit that notification bell. I'm definitely going to end up doing a series on this game eventually whenever it ends up coming out. But otherwise, if you want to support me, you can always hit that join button down below, buy some of my real life merch, or if you don't have any money and you still want to help me out, check the link down below to Gawkbox, which is a way you can donate to me for free. Sayonara and stay epic, everybody.